It's gonna be like a video like about my favorite recent pickups. So my favorite games that I recently bought, right? And like, share, subscribe. Subscribe, please. First one here now is gonna be Resident Evil 4 remake. Resident Evil 4 remake. This these ones are gonna be more recent, like more since the summer really started, or since May. Resident Evil 4 remake. I never played the original Resident Evil 4, but a Resident Evil 4 remake expands on uh, a Resident Evil 2 remakes, like a gameplay, the inventory system is bigger now. There are more guns. The guns in this game are crazy. You have three pistols or whatever, two shotguns, multiple sniper rifles, a Tommy gun, submachine guns, and yeah, the enemies, and the puzzles. The Sometimes there's gonna be backtracking in it as well. But overall, though, like just a very like a very full, fun experience, right? There's gonna be areas that are gonna challenge you. I had to research some of the puzzles like in the world of Resident Evil 4 remake, as like I was kind of lost. But Resident Evil 4 remake definitely recommended. I got this via a trade, so I did a trade in another game. I got this game. So yeah, right beside it is gonna be Split Second. Split Second like is a very fun, unique racing game. Kind of think like MotorStorm mixed with a Burnout 3 with a little bit of like a flat out head on it. But it's a very fun game. So basically, what like you have to drift to gain the special ability meter, right? So the special ability meter, what it's basically gonna do, it's gonna destroy the literally affect the environment around you. So this environment is gonna a special ability is gonna stop racers, other racers from progressing, right? That's gonna make it easier for you. Other racers, however, can do it to you as well. So yeah, this game has no nitro. Uh, you know, this is like one of the first racing games like I played like no nitro, right? But yeah, a Split Second though, it's mostly predicated on drifting, learning like how to drift, and yeah, but a very fun overall game. Xbox 360, and it was a crazy deal where if you bought one game, you get a multiple games free, right? A crazy deal. Another one now is going to be a Bayonetta, which is a big one. Bayonetta, I'm a big fan like of the hack and slash genre. Bayonetta, I believe it's one. This was, I believe, it's recent pickups part 28 or part 29. I just love the comboing. First of all, the comboing is it's amazing. One combo leads into like another combo, or then another combo, and the fluidity like of a movement is amazing too as well. You have projectiles. You can even get special weapons as well, which can make you do more damage, right? Without the special weapons, you'll do less damage, and some of the bosses might be too hit spongy here and there, and but yeah, overall a Bayonetta, a very fun experience. Mini bosses, some of the boss sequences can be a little annoying, right? And especially the final boss sequence. Oh, but fighting enemies like in the game. It has the basic hack and slash formula where similar to a God of War, like a Devil May Cry 5, where you're trapped in an area, I kill these enemies, I move on to the next area, trapped, so on. There are puzzles in the game as well. Not that hard puzzles, but a few puzzles as well. Bayonetta, I highly recommend. Right beside it is going to be Curve Space. Curve Space, I believe, a Curve Space is one of the cheapest PS5 games that I've seen. But it's basically like an arcade-like game. Arcade, you're like this spaceship or a space tank, and you're on this curve. The a world is literally like a massive sphere, and like what I love about it, I believe this is from recent pickups part 27, 26. Curve space. The world is like a sphere, so it's gonna alter your perception, your visual perception, kind of. And like if you're susceptible to a motion sickness, I would not recommend this game. But a curve space is a very fun game, right? Tons of weapons in the game: space blasters, multi blasters, flamethrowers, the electric gun, the rail gun, flame, tons of weapons are in the game, tons of weapons, a sandblaster, and a multiple modes as well. Like you have endless mode, survival mode, you have a time trial mode, you have a daily run, so it's like a daily challenge. You have as well front, what's the other one called? You have, like a main mini campaign, right? But yeah, a very fun game, a very easy game to get into. But yeah, definitely a curve space. Another one now, right above it is Doom. Doom from 2016 Doom. I believe it's the remake of the original. Very fun game, really fun game. Taking on more enemies, this enemy than this enemy. And Doom, it reminds me a lot of a Resistance. If you're, a Resistance from Insomniac, Resistance 3. And yeah, tons of enemies coming at you. You're gonna be outnumbered. The weapons as well. The animation takedowns too, like, are pretty cool, right? And like, I'm not really into first-person shooters. I'm not really into them, but this one is very fun. And if you have the PS4, I recommend it. That's an easy game to get into. Very easy game. There is some backtracking. Find this key. I can lock at this door. But yeah, definitely very fun. Now we're gonna go into a Ratchet Deadlock. Ratchet Deadlock is a game now. Ratchet Deadlock as like basically like an arcade arena, a Ratchet and Clank game. But it's only Ratchet. You're Ratchet, then you had these two drones are following you, or robots following you, and they basically assist you. So it's basically take out more enemies, protect this target, destroy this target, and that's what I love about a Ratchet and Clank games. They're just attacking, defeating enemies after enemies after enemies, more enemies, taking out these enemies, right? And this is basically that, fighting more enemies. Some of the objectives can be quite repetitive, but yeah, it's a very fun experience. Now this one is not going to have as many weapons. I believe this is Ratchet. This will be Ratchet and Clank 4 in the series, chronologically, but a Ratchet and Clank, a Ratchet Deadlock, is not going to have like as many weapons as Ratchet and Clank 3 or Ratchet and Clank Commando, going Commando. But at the weapon mods, there's tons of customization there as well. Tons of as well. There's a uniform customization. The uniforms like in the game, they look amazing, right? There's spaceship missions as well. So there's spaceship missions where same thing, like it's basically arena to arena, right? Defeat this arena, then move on, etc. Right beside is Grip Shift. Grip Shift, animated racing game. If you like a cartoon racing games, arcade style racing game. This one is quite weird because yeah, you're basically forced to play like an easiest difficulty, so a beginner, and then basically as you unlock more tokens, you unlock the harder difficulty. So you go from I believe it's a beginner, easy, intermediate, hard, extreme. So the more you play, the more you're gonna unlock the tokens, the star tokens. A very fun game, a really fun game, challenging game. The maps are literally curved, so the maps is kind of like curved. There's ramps, these giant sky ramps that you have to, and it's very easy to fall off, like if you're not careful. So you have to watch how you accelerate, right? So yeah, it's a lot of loopholes like in the game. There's races as well. There's time races. There's time trials. Some of the game is time, so the quicker you complete a race or whatever it is, the more stars you'll get. But Grip Shift is definitely a very fun game, a really fun game for the PSP. Visually, it's probably the best looking PSP game that I have. So yeah, Grip Shift, Resident Evil, Doom, Curve Space, and that's pretty much it here. Like, share, subscribe, guys. Like the video, and I'm gonna do another one after this, like a part 2. But so far, these are my favorite recent pickups. Thank you.